Hello YouTube, Lucky Man, the Lucky Mies 205. And yes, this time we are gonna take a look the second sister from the B class from the Iron Blood. And that is Prince Adalbert is our today's subject. Now, I almost forgot something very important while I made this up. Now we have Prince Adalbert's stats on the second screen. There we go. Excellent. Prince Adalbert, second ship from B class. She's been around quite a while in Azur Lane since the Tower of Transcendence, if I recall the name correctly. Yes, Tower of Transcendence. As for her character design first, as usually we will take a look at their designs and their historical references, if there is any, so to speak. And the artist, the good old dishwasher. And I have to say, he did magnificent job drawing Prince Adalbert and the Riggins. But I have to say, there is some really interesting details going on that actually caught my eye. Is it a little bit whoopsie daisy or something else entirely, but I don't know. First of all, I have to say about the Riggins. 2 sharks with 28 centimeter guns and 150 secondary guns behind them. I absolutely love this design, especially on the Riggins. Really reminds me from the Deutschland class, this Deutschland and Crash Bear. Well, Little Spear has the shark as well, but she has only 1 gun and then 1 torpedo. But this is really fascinating one indeed. Currently today, she has 2 skins. One is on the bar and the second one is on the bathroom. Yes. Yes, indeed, yes. So how is her stats? If you may notice, what I am going to say largely differs about the stats you see on the screen. Because there is fleet technology, and while you increase your fleet technology, it also then increases the shipgirl stats, also the oath as well, the 3% increase. So, starting from the HP, the simple ones. Her HP in level 125 is 6146. Her firepower is decently good. 303. She has torpedoes. She fires... Excuse me, her stats is 259. Her anti-air is normal standard, Iron Blood standard. 220. Her reload is a little bit sluggish, but that is very understandable. Either by balance, and she has big guns for her class. 185. Her evasion is 68. Her armor is medium. She can withstand some normal ammunition and HE some degree, but when it becomes to AP, well, she's gonna take a huge chunk of damage from the AP. Now then, as for speed, well, it is slow, 26. Her accuracy is decent, 138. Her luck is 50, probably because of the balances, and her oil cost is 12. As I mentioned, she is second ship of this B class, like Prince Heinrich, first ship of the class, but Adalbert is the second. And we have, if my memory recalls, like from Prince Heinrich video, the Kriegsmarine High Command was planning on their famous or infamous plan called Plan Z, 12 P-class ships that are upgraded versions from the famous pocket battleships, the Panzerschiffs. Now then, as for her efficiency, she has very decent main gun efficiency, 150%. She gets only one of them. She gets 2 torpedo launchers. She has 140% efficiency, and her anti-air is sluggish 100%. That's the reason I have fast firing iron blood anti-air gun in it. As for her auxiliary, yes, she is not complete for this video, but it shall now go with that, unfortunately. Whoopsie daisy. She doesn't have augment module like Prince Heinrich. But now let's go with the skills. First of all is offensive knockout shot. Increases this ship accuracy by 10%. When this ship fires her main guns, 70% chance to fire level 10 special barrage. Damage is based on the skill level, 10-second cooldown between barrage activations. 70%. If we take into account this triple iron blood 28 cm SKC 28 gun fires every 7 seconds and 20? So yeah, there is a 70% chance to activate this barrage. Very simple. Not too much about it. But I have to say personally, I am not a fan of the 70% right off the bat. And second is taking one for the team. And it says as following. Once every 20 seconds, while the ship HP is above 60%, spawn a shield around this ship. Last 8 seconds can negate 4% of this ship's max HP. In damage. If there are other ships afloat in your vanguard, and this ship is in the frontmost position of your vanguard, doubles the amount of damage this shield can negate, and this ship tanks 50% of the damage of your other vanguard ships take for 8 seconds, while this ship HP is below 60%. The above effect will not activate. Instead, this ship torpedo increases by 15%. This is supposed to be defensive. It goes really well. But once every 20 seconds? Really? But it activates every time as long as the HP stays above 60%. And 4% of this ship's max HP in damage. Yeah, okay. But if there is other ships in your vanguard and this ship is in front post position, so that compensates the and this ship tanks 50% of the damage your other vanguard ships take for 8 seconds. So that's kind of compensates it. So yeah, it's a decent one. I have to say, it's a decent one. But once you hit the threshold and go below it, she throws that defensive skills away and then turns into offensive? Really? What a waste. Anyway, how to get Prinz Adalbert? Well, congratulations! She is available on heavy construction site. Building time is 2 hours and 5 minutes. And of course, I almost forgot. All-out assault 2. B-class, once every 8 times the main guns are fired. So, if I can calculate that real quick. 7.2 / 8. Are you serious? I hope not, because let me check that again, because that's ridiculous long time. Let's go with just pure 7 and then to 8. 56 seconds. That's what a waste of potential again. Oh dear. Well, this is kind of harsh. This is kind of hard position right off the bat. And besides, if you have 28 centimeter gun with you, well, triple 283 millimeter gun, it's gonna take a long. If we can change that, well, it's gonna not help any. It's not gonna help at all much. Oh dear. Well, there goes that. Well, it seems this started really well, but once we go deeper into details, we're in a really hard spot. But as usual, we have now full picture of Prinz Adalbert, and now I will let my voice take over here. Let's onward to the personal opinion about Prinz Adalbert. Okay, voiceover lucky man over here, and I made some slight mistake for not taking into account what other shipgirls I have in this fleet alongside Prinz Adalbert, and what skills do they bring to the fleet. First of all, Jet 11, if you noticed. Jet 11 has shocking shield skill that is defensive, which reads as following. When the battle starts, if there is another Iron Plus ship in your vanguard, increases your vanguard's firepower by 10% and torpedo by 10% until the battle ends. So that is a really nice 10% buff and torpedo alongside from Jet 11. And the Hindenburg, well, she is a main damage dealer for this entire background, while Prince Adalbert is supposed to be tanking role. But as I mentioned earlier, that 60% threshold is gonna be a huge nuisance to make Adalbert more useful. As for the Prince Ruprecht, Blueprint Ship, Lindworm, Devouring Fang, plus. During battle, when this ship gains a level 10 special secondary gun, every 5 times he fires this secondary gun, launches level 10 special barrage, and restores 2% HP to the ship with the lowest HP percentage in the fleet. So, Prince Rupert somewhat keeps Vanguard and other ships in the fleet alive, but I think that Jet 11 is going to be more useful. He's going to use this skill more often, because he's gonna die a lot. As for the Graf Zeppelin, if you notice as well, Graf Zeppelin decreases damage all Ironblood ships in your fleet by 15%. So that also increases other Ironblood members' survivability just by 15%. And we have ultra rare Bismarck's Way, which has Reborn Temple of Iron. Increases firepower, torpedo AA, and increases the firepower, torpedo, and AA of Ironblood ships in the same fleet as this ship by 15%. So firepower and torpedo gets increased on Prince Adalbert with the AA. So Prince Adalbert is getting some really good stuff from the other members in the fleet, but not reload buff, unfortunately. That's why I highly recommend using reload module. And I also decided to take her to the test run on the challenge mode that contained Warspite. And I didn't like that boss at all. But it actually gave answers to my question. And that question is, what type ammunition is Prince Adalbert shooting? And I had, and according to this background footage, prototype triple 283mm 54.5 main gun mount, and that is Tulip main gun, which Golden Liu brought to us on these latest 3R ships. Well, that's basically a copy-paste Ironblood gun. So I had that gun on Prince Adalbert, and lo and behold, she has a B ammunition. And once this gun fires, well, that's every 6 seconds. It fires a little faster comparison to the Ironblood's AB version. But this is HE. But she fires AP. So she has 2 ammo variations alongside her. Seems kinda flexible if you ask me. She has this ghost gun. And of course augment module that brought this extra firepower and torpedo. But the main problem is still that how are you supposed to play with this ship? How to play with Prince Adalbert? Well, as much I want to find answers that question, I some reason thought to myself, Prince Adalbert is personally, her personality is very laid back, relaxed person, while Heinrich is very energy. So, English? Thank you. Anyway, Prince Albert is supposed to be defensive, that also, and Heinrich is just offensive. But let's not forget, Prince Adalbert is old ship. And she has skill that only increases accuracy? And then defensive skill with the that only lasts if you reach the threshold of 60%. And if you see in this background, her HP does drop below 60% and she kinda loses that tanking ability, which is a huge waste if you ask me. A really big flaw. And also her all-out assault. And I guess I also made some terrible mistake in the Prince Heinrich video as well, for not taking into account how many shots it takes for her to fire that gun, and that is 8 times with Prince Heinrich, so... Oh yeah, this is... Oh dear, what to say about P-class? They were so close to be really potential ships, I will say, really close. But then they decided to actually throw a wrench into the combat performance, and they are... How should I use them, is the question. And what type of flip? How should I use them in a fight? More than just, they exist, they can fight. But it's so weird. Heinrich is offensive, as I mentioned, and Prince Adalbert is something like supposed to be defensive, but then I don't know. She's as much I want to use the word dilemma. How she was designed in combat effectiveness. It's just confusing. As much I want to think how should I use her. Despite these good buffs the other ship girls give her in this fleet, it's still lacking. Especially that B-class assault. Like they really want you to use some kind of fast firing heavy cruiser gun. Not the 28cm gun as I use. Oh, losing my mind over here. But for all that, she is an old ship, and we are getting new ships each month. Very decent speed, and I respect that. So, in main campaign, in map 14, she can be useful as long as you have morale and some really good ships to keep her alive, and some decent ships that can actually buff each other and making it effective. As as you can see here, map 14 is a place that requires flare, and Ironblood doesn't have a ship that fires a flare, so you need to actually use these map mechanics to make your fights easier. So yeah, this is a big problem. She is a problem. Fine ship that was so close to be fine. So close. So close to be fine P class. Somewhat my Ironblood commander heart is a little bit hurt how she was designed. But lamenting aside, I am come to now conclusion that augment module, whatever it is going to be, is the only one that can actually save her in the future. And how should we use the augment module to make her better? I don't know. Increase in accuracy? Well, it's a start. But only accuracy, it's not enough. If you can actually increase reload and reduce, or something like, I don't know, reduce the all-out assaults, I don't know, the action time from 8 to 4 to be more useful. And then rework that entire defensive skill entirely. Like, put away that torpedo thing and add that into the offensive skill. That will actually make the knockout shot more understandable. As for the defensive, once you reach that 60% threshold, make herself heal. That's the only way I can think about how to fix Prince Heinrich in this moment. To put it simply, remove torpedo boost from the defensive skill and add that torpedo boost into the offensive skill, and add a new skill, the new buff into the defensive skill that heals Prince Adalbert perhaps 10% in some matter of seconds maximum. That way she would, and that activates once per battle, so yeah, that would fix her and making her more useful, in my opinion. But what is your opinion about Prince Heinrich? Thank you so much for watching. I think we are now come to the end on this review video about Prince Adalbert. And personally, I have to say, our next character and ship girl of this class is going to be Friedrich Karl, third ship. So look forward into that one. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and your ship girls. And see you next time.